They may think I'm paralyzed or something.
Well, I mean, you're in 2 different positions. They're okay. They know.
Oh, of course I do sit up. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, here we are.
It's us.
Saturday morning. I got my coffee and I'm ready to go.
I do not have a coffee. I'll have a Coke as usual.
A Coke. You're not snorting, are you? Not
No,
in my house.
I don't need that kind of energy.
Not in
I'm
my
good.
house.
I just need the regular energy that comes with a little caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were talking about this before. I'm giving you a break today. We're not going to watch one of the Saturday morning epics.
Oh, okay.
That's
Good,
right.
Good. Well, I wore this shirt specifically to add a little brightness to our meeting. So
perfect.
Those that have noticed it, trying to liven it up.
I think I haven't heard anybody notice it yet, but I wonder if anybody notices how often we kind of wear the same shirts.
No,
Not
I
each other, but
I wore this one last time too. So
you did.
This is 2 in a row.
It was cleaned in between, though. Don't worry, folks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So today I wanted to do for November, like starting now, anyways,
we're
for the
gonna do
rest of
November
November.
now. Okay.
You got it. We're gonna do
war movies.
That wouldn't be the worst idea, but no.
Yeah, I have ideas. He doesn't listen.
I'm sorry. We're going to do non-American November. So we're going to do movies that were not made in the U.S.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not all subtitled. This one today that we're going to watch is a Swedish movie, and it's going to be subtitled.
Okay.
But the other 2 will just be, they'll be in English, they'll be, but made in a different country.
Okay.
So today...
We're anti-USA, eh?
Not anti, non.
Non.
Yeah.
I'm going down there. Well, you're going down there.
You better keep your sentiments positive.
Yeah, they
then.
might hear about you.
Or you. That's worse. You don't want them.
Oh, I go down there a lot of times, yeah.
You don't want them thinking you're a villain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Distraction.
A little distraction. We get a little sidetracked
serious
sometimes.
Movie watcher, and I'm just kind of a hanger-on.
That's right. Well, today we're going to watch something that is a very serious movie.
Oh.
Yeah. This one
Maybe I should put some color in here.
I had a thought. Well, I knew that I wanted to introduce you to this director by the name of Ingmar Bergman.
Heard of him, believe it or not.
I'm not surprised.
Yes.
He is sort of the foreign film director that people know. That's why...
I do, yeah.
That's it. That's why I'm not surprised that you know who he is. He was the one who sort of defined what foreign art films were.
Okay.
Now, generally, I don't like art films, but what I've found when I delve into art films is that there's art house that just is like no plot, no character. And that's what I don't like. It's very...
What's art about it then?
Visual poetry is what they go for in general.
Okay.
There's a few that I actually really enjoy. One called Last Year in Marienbad is one that's quite good. And that's not what we're watching, of course. And it's not one of his films.
Yeah, you're not that cultural.
No. Not at all. But
horror movies are not cultural.
No. Well, it's a culture. It has its own culture.
Yeah, but it's a way out there.
Yeah, it's true. They're cult culture.
Passed me by years ago.
But what I have picked is, what I found with Ingmar Bergman is that his stuff is art, but it's very much drama. Like, it's very much about character. It's very much, there are ideas behind it. And one thing that I really like about his, and the film we're going to watch today is called The Seventh Seal.
Seal?
Seal.
Like a
Well, in this case, no. It's like a thing that closes a gate, right? Or like a seal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually it's a
seal,
Bible
like
quote.
a U.S. seal.
Yeah,
it can't be a U.S. No, sorry.
No. It's a Bible quote, and the reason why is it deals with sort of fate and mortality and things like that. He's Swedish, so he's those Nordic countries, and as you know, they're very much somewhat dour, but in this case, I don't think it's necessarily a dour film. But you live in a place where the sun doesn't shine all the time. I think this one is one you'll enjoy. Like I say, it's art, but it's
you say that every time,
and usually I'm right though.
Oh,
sometimes I'm right.
I'm not going to you last time. It was close, but I went with it because it was Melissa's favorite too.
Yeah, with Trick or Treat, that was one for sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's go with Seventh Seal.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
I better turn it off. I can hear you better without it on.
Mm-hmm.
You, that is.
I'll have some really important stuff to say.
I'm sure you will.
I promise.
Okay. If I have a question, you'll be able to answer it.
That's
and
right.
You'll be able to hear it. How long is it, do you know?
Under an hour and a half, I think, or very close to it.
Wow. I haven't got my watch on.
That's all right.
Oh, no, it's not.
Well, you should have done something about it then.
It's been a real party. That guy can't wake up yet.
They're having a good time, or they did.
What era would this be taking place in?
This is medieval times. He's actually a crusader knight.
Okay. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Du fick svart. Det passar ju bäst.
Chess with death.
What are they, jumping ahead or jumping back here?
I think he must have, they skipped the game. He must have won.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming because he's free.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, he's leaving the beach, so I'm assuming it's taking place right afterwards.
Right.
De dödas lämningar låg kastade över platsen. Det har varit 4 solar på himlavallet igår eftermiddag.
They're all bad signs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Death got him.
He wasn't as good at chess.
I was going to see something like that. Or is he the main character or the other guy?
The other guy. I'm pretty sure that guy's his squire.
Oh, okay. That's why I went and checked things out.
Yeah, it's like, you go do what I tell you to.
Not exactly.
Vad sa han?
Nothing. Well, he answers the question.
Nej, det kan man inte säga.
I can't say he was dumb.
Just att han var högligen vältalig. Ja, vältalig. Men talet han höll var dystert.
Got it. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
still there, or there's a mush.
Yeah, what's he got in the pick?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he didn't get it. He's going to have dead fly on his head all day.
Yes. Limber up a bit.
Yeah. That must be a traveling performer.
Oh, okay. Wine, maybe. Oh, no, it can't be wine. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Can't tell if that's real or not, or if he's seeing something. Neither can he.
He's wondering too.
Yeah.
Ja, det var det.
Så har du haft en syn igen.
Another one.
Vem såg du?
Den heliga jungfrun Maria.
Okay.
Kanske en sån verklighet som när du sa att fan själv stod och målade vagnshjulen röda.
Ja, den gången var det kanske påhitt. Jag gjorde det för ni skulle tro mina andra syner.
Little kid there.
Yeah.
Som utför det enda omöjliga konststycket.
Vad är det för ett konststycke?
Att få en av bollarna att stanna helt.
Yeah.
Du med dina fantasier.
He's a bit of a dreamer, isn't he?
Yeah.
När ska vi uppföra det där spelet?
Juggler of 2 balls. Yeah, right.
Maybe one will just hover.
Jag har lite brännvin. Jag har druckit vatten hela dagen.
He's got a long neck. Maybe because his head's so small, it looks like a neck goes up into his head, eh?
Yeah, I see what you mean, for sure. I'd say it's a long neck.
Yeah.
En vilder kan tro. Varför kan jag inte döda Gud inom mig? Varför är han trots allt en jäckan?
That looks like, the priest looks like death.
Yes, he does.
Oh, it's him. Yep.
Inte tro.
Let's see what.
Yeah, it is death. Okay.
Den besökte mig i morse. Vi spelade schack tillsammans.
Yes, we did.
Han, som han ännu inte har upptäckt. I nästa drag river jag.
Don't tell him your tactics. Death, you cheater.
Du är en förrädare.
Yep. Yes, you did.
Jag ska nog finna en väg.
So the game isn't over. He got to live as long as they played. So that's,
Yes.
I guess, what's happening.
Right.
Antonius block. Spelar schack.
Allt till Guds ära. Hur Guds ära? Tack, ja. Vi var vände samma rum. Ytterras, än du krälar i en mat.
I'm sure there's some poetic license being taken, but it's funny that it rhymes in Swedish and it rhymes in English. It's like,
Yeah. Nobody home.
yeah. Must have been hit by the plague. Maybe.
Well, maybe. Oh, there's a goat.
Yeah, we got food.
Milk, maybe.
Yeah. Oh. Just a thief.
Jag skäl från de döda. Numera är det ett ganska lönande gebit.
Yeah.
Jag är visserligen gift, men jag har gott hopp om att min fru ska vara död vid det här laget.
Oh no. These are the ones who whip themselves, maybe.
Yeah.
That's not going to be making for a fun time. Yep, there they are.
Nu förstår jag, ja. Sådana finns det alldeles för många. Så även om man inte har gjort något särskilt så tycker jag det förstår jag.
Right.
Man gör med små skurkar eller rins.
We know where he heard that line.
Yep.
Min fru.
Yep. Ooh.
Woo.
Oh, not in good company.
Nope.
Jag är Nordholmen för.
Nice. Well, he deserved it.
Yep. Back to the game of chess.
Yeah.
Arg blev jag, det ska du tro. Jag röt som ett lejon. Ja.
He roared like a bear, really.
Yeah.
More of a bear than a lion.
Det är ju själv små sånger.
Ja, det hör du själv.
Jag har till exempel en lustig liten visa med lättfärdig fisk.
They're still hanging around, though.
He always does, he said. He followed him for years.
Eftersom jag har förrått min spelplan för dig så slår jag till reträtt.
Death.
Got to retreat now, eh?
Yeah, well, death cheated, so.
Vad har en liten son?
Varför frågar du det?
Ett helvete med kvinnor och ett helvete utan kvinnor. Så hur man resonerar ända med slåget så slår ihjäl dem.
Jag ska knipa dem i näsan med tången. Jag ska knacka dem så lätt i skallen.
All right.
Men det gör ont i alla fall.
Naturligtvis.
This guy's pretty cynical.
Yeah.
Min går inte ut.
Jo, udda din också.
Du är lycklig, du som är så oljad i käft.
Bara du inte lipar hela tiden, då löper vi ifrån dig.
That's fair.
Oh, he takes a sledgehammer with him.
Yeah.
That's his trademark, I guess.
I mean, like, the tool of his trade would be like his anvil, right?
Because he can't carry one of those.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ta mig an,
Yeah. Grip, though.
Yeah.
lillebror.
Ja, tack. Lite senare kanske.
Yeah.
Nu har vi faktiskt bråttom. Tack. Tack.
It's a little stronger than he knows.
Oh, they're growing a little bit larger now.
Yeah, they got a whole group, a caravan.
Yep, yep.
Vad är det jag ser? Vem är det som skymtar fram?
There they are.
Uh-oh. We went the wrong way.
Yep.
Således den smutsiga smeden som förolämpat min Läs Happalisa, Rumplisa.
Vad han är rå.
Slöskam över min person att jag strax befriade mig.
The Squire guy's just enjoying the show.
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
Parfymerade.
Slappedask.
Slappidask. Så jag inte piper i magen så tarmarna far ut genom...
Lille plog, när vi kommer hem så ska jag laga
Vad säger du? Skådespelare skapar gripenhet och förvirring. Det är redan en halv. Du slåss med, annars kan jag inte slå ihjäl honom.
That seems fair. Yeah.
Kära nån. Inte menar jag så inte.
Du, jag har nästan aldrig sett en sån död skådespelare.
Är inte livet ganska... Jo, det är det. Men tänk inte på...
Of course.
It's to be expected.
Så inga björnar, vargar eller spöken får tag i mig.
Makes sense. Huh.
You missed one.
Knock him out of the tree.
We're safe from bears, anyways, he thinks.
Yeah, and ghosts.
Go ahead.
Hantverkare skog, det var skönt. Inga undantag.
Well, that wasn't quite correct. Oops.
Life goes on.
Yeah, well, his
For the
was
little
his tree.
Yeah.
That'd be a rough ride, wouldn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
Wooden wheels and
No shock absorbing.
Varför bränner sig mitt i natten? Folk har sånt om förströelse nu för tiden. Tyst, tralla.
Tch. We're all going together. Even more people again.
oh yeah, that'd be a real parade.
Vad har du gjort med flickan?
Huh. Recognize that guy.
Quite a bonfire.
Yeah, are they just gonna throw her in? I thought they'd like put her on it and then light the fire.
Yeah, that's what I thought they did it too.
Oh, okay.
That's how they're going to put her in that damn.
Yeah. Put the ladder over the fire. That's terrible. What's that guy?
Men jag har inte glömt.
Han följer efter oss. Han har hunnit ikapp oss, han kommer emot oss.
On the run from death, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, there it is, lightning. And
The knight tried to distract death. I don't know if it worked.
who's that?
Must be his wife.
Oh, yeah, okay.
10 years later. Holy moly.
Och den andra ängeln stötte i sin basun.
It's going to be the same quote from the beginning.
Det är fullbordat.
Well, she can talk. I didn't think she could. Or maybe that's the point.
Not a big part, not a big talking part. Though.
No.
They got past it, or through it.
Death did not find them. Off they go. So,
That was it, eh?
that was The Seventh Seal.
Wow.
Your first Ingmar Bergman movie.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure,
Yeah. He
I think
sort of.
'cause-
Didn't he have some? Because Swedish has some more risque movies or something.
And that's actually
Reputation.
something we were going to talk about a little bit later, because he especially for the 50s. I mean, it wasn't like it was marketed in the US that way because they didn't know how to do it. There was like a tiny bit of nudity in a couple of his movies in the 50s, and they were like, well, let's just sell them as sexploitation movies. I mean, what else are we going to do with them, you know? And that's kind of the thing. Yeah, he's
I never saw them.
No, but like
in the 50s, I'd be too young. I probably wasn't allowed. I wouldn't sneak out like you did.
I love sneaking out.
Yeah. You still do that?
No, I don't have to anymore. All right, well, pop quiz. You're the pop. Here's your quiz.
Yes.
So this one, I won't say whether it's easy or hard. It's a little more esoteric than some of my other questions.
Okay.
What was the knight looking for? He got respite from death. He was looking for something. What did he want to find?
Oh.
It comes back to like that Bible quote, and it was all over the movie, but it doesn't mean.
I have a friggin' idea.
So I think he was looking for proof of God.
Okay, yes, because the devil would know.
Yeah, exactly,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
He had lost faith, and then the seventh seal and the silence of God. So he had, I mean, I don't know if he ever had faith, but he certainly was looking for it. I guess, well, faith wouldn't be, if you had proof of God, you wouldn't need faith, but.
That's right. But he did do the crosses, so.
Yeah, no, and he was a crusader, so I mean, he fought for God. That was the idea. He was fighting for the Christian God.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah, and obviously his squire was very pragmatic, maybe faithless, but pragmatic at least. He certainly took a very worldly look to everything.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, more so than the
knight. The knight was. He had a quest. He was looking for that, and he wanted death to. He hoped that death would reveal something to him, and death was like, nope. You're gonna die. Whatever happens. I don't know, and I'm not gonna tell you. Basically,
if I did know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I forgot that part about seeking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's as I said, it's a bit of an esoteric type question. It's a bit odd, like it's a vague-ish type question.
I would have picked. I picked it up though, and after you mentioned it, but I wouldn't have picked it up by trying to think about it.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like, I mean, the religion's all over the movie, and in the 50s, I mean, I think the Swedish, the Nordic peoples have an interesting relation to religion. Like it's very like that quest for God, that questioning of faith is, I think, a strong part of what I've seen in their films and what I understand for their culture. Like it's it's an interesting thing.
I didn't realize that the Nordics or the Scandinavians were part of the Crusade. I thought it was mostly France, England, and Italy and Germany countries.
Yeah, maybe not many of them were. I think maybe, I don't know for sure, but like I don't know if a lot of them were. He certainly was, and it didn't seem like, well, there were other, she did say, his wife at the end said other Crusaders came back and told him. So they may have just not contributed.
But I mean,
in
real life, did they become...
I think they must have. They were a Christian nation. They came in and were, had their culture... get a big Christian stamp on it. Like they came in and knocked out all of their old gods as they do.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I just didn't go that far back in my Crusade history.
Wouldn't be what I would think of either. No. I certainly think of France for sure as a big part of it and that kind of thing. Yeah. And I think
probably the German countries too, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. Well, they got Lutheran. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyhow.
I mean, it's tough to say. Lutheran was later. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No.
But one thing I found with Ingmar Bergman, I've talked before about how people use certain actors to sort of represent themselves as avatars. And I think one of the reasons that Ingmar Bergman as a director has had such a long and successful career is that he was able to do that with multiple people throughout his career. Like in this movie, the knight Max von Sydow is the actor who plays him. And he is very much, he has a period Bergman has a period of his career where he uses him as an actor and uses his face. But he also uses women, like Bibi Andersson, who's actually in this, is someone who definitely is, and Liv Ullmann is another actress who is someone who definitely, represents him in movies. It's, I think it's one of his strengths as an artist that he can have these different people and use them to present ideas.
Yep. And he knows which ones to put in what spot too, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The acting was pretty good in this.
I thought so too. Yeah. And I think one of the things I really like about his stuff is, as I said, it is art, but it's drama. Like there's definitely characters, there's plot, there's things going on, there's people interacting, there's comedy. I mean, I'd almost call it a comedy at times. There was a lot of, there was some interesting, fun little moments.
Oh yeah.
The guy dying in the tree where he's like, wait, can I just, what about for actors? Is there an exception?
Right.
No exception.
Good lines too, one-liners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Farting on the beach always gets attention.
And I like the fantasy elements too. I enjoy that in a movie where it's not, straight reality, like the appearance of death there.
Yeah.
As a character.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
That whole playing chess with death thing is like the art house movie sort of thing. Like it's the iconic idea or moment from this movie that is carried on. And there's the Bill and Ted movies. I don't think I'm sure you haven't seen those, but the second one spoofs it directly, where like they end up, their death visits them, and it's literally the death from this movie. He actually steps out of the screen and visits them.
Oh, good.
And like they challenge him to play games, no, it's like Twister and stuff. Battleship.
Right.
Yeah, it's it's a comedy. It's a silly comedy. So they challenge him to other games than chess.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, no, it was fun. I figure we may eventually watch the first one. We probably never watched the second one. I'm not going to ruin it for you either way. That's just one of the jokes in a pretty good movie. But that he's a very iconic character, the death figure, and playing chess with him, obviously.
Yeah, he lost though.
He did. He tried to cheat. Well, okay,
actually, cheat on him.
Yeah, he did. Death cheated first, and then he cheated by knocking the board. But now, I mean, he was cheating, obviously, in a way. But was he cheating to like get out of the game, or was he cheating to distract Death so that they could get away?
Oh, good point. Oh my, yeah, okay. I think he was just trying to get away.
I think he was giving them a chance to get away. That's my thought, because not himself, because he said to Death, like the conversation as they were doing it is, you don't miss anything, right? You never miss anything. Yeah. So I think he was trying to distract him at that point.
Yeah, get people get away, but he didn't get away either.
Well, they'll die eventually. We're talking about the family. They got away.
Oh, right.
They were the ones who got away in the wagon, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, everybody dies eventually, but he certainly
they got
them a respite, a longer respite than his own.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
I mean, so he was, and he said earlier, before that anyways, he did say that in his respite he found what he was looking for. I don't know if that's really true, because he still, even after that, I think, I might have the timeline wrong, but if he was looking for proof of God, then, and he said to the devil, Death, sorry, Death said, did you find what you were looking for? He said, yes. But I'm pretty sure he was after that talking to the woman, who was, supposedly saw the devil,
right? And
trying to see the devil for that as a proof of God. So I don't think he necessarily found what he was looking for in the movie that we saw, anyways.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Maybe it was with if he wasn't necessarily privy to it, but maybe he found it in that family. I think if he found the proof of God, he found it in that family.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, that's stretching it for me. I wouldn't have seen it.
Well, he didn't know everything that the family did, but as an audience, we would have found it in that family, because the guy who said he saw the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus also saw death. So the things that he saw, to us as an audience, not to his wife, not to Raval the knight, but to us as an audience, they were proven to be true, right? Because he could see death, we could see death.
Right.
So clearly those things that he was seeing, his visions were true.
Right.
Not the devil painting the wagon wheels red. He admitted that was a lie to prove all his other ones. You got to lie to prove your truth.
Some way.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about that I really, really enjoy about that movie, and a lot of his movies, is the cinematography, the visuals of the film. There's just such I guess like a texturing to it, like something's happening in the foreground, something's happening in the background. You'll often get like multiple people, like even just the shot where the one I pointed out where the squire was in the background while the two were having their talk and he was like laughing and eating his popcorn and watching it like a show.
Yeah.
But I mean, other stuff too, just like the texturing of multiple things going on at once and like things in the foreground, things in the background.
Makes sense.
I know that visuals, especially with subtitles going on, are not something that are necessarily strong with you, but I really like the way that movie looked.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk about what you liked about it.
I wasn't sure.
Okay.
At the first half, I was distracted because I was trying to read, and when you're reading, you don't see what's going on, and you can't tell who's talking.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a downer for me. I liked it that it was in black and white.
Yeah.
I think that gave more realism to the story in my mind anyways.
Yeah.
And I, thank God, it picked up in the second half. There was some humor and there was some action and related action for me to follow as opposed to trying to keep up with the reading and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So I think the second half kind of saved it for me, at least partly anyways, that otherwise it was dragging out pretty long for me the first half because I wasn't keeping up.
Probably when the caravan came together, I think, because it helped when all the characters came together. Because we were, for me at least.
Yeah, that might have helped because they were going back and forth.
Yeah,
and
like
I couldn't
here's
keep up
the
with
actors,
it.
here's
that
him.
That might have been part of it that brought it together. And then there was some humor in there too that got my attention again. And the last half hour went really quick.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I could see there was a lot of talking, and I mean, when it's a movie about
when it started,
and like it's a movie about ideas, and so you kind of they're putting them out there through words, and you know, with your
there's
hearing.
Definitely a message in '57 which you could really translate to even now.
Oh, absolutely,
and that surprised me that how much you could take that that stuff and put it in today's okay, not believing,
Yeah. Well, that's what makes art good. That's what good art is that it can be sort of universal for time, right? It has a message or an idea.
Yeah, right.
And also one thing is, the idea of interpreting it different ways, right? I think that's important too.
I bet you and I did.
You know what? That could be true. Well, because we talked about it being a search for God, right?
Yeah.
The silence of God was kind of how it started.
Yeah.
So was it a message about God yes or God no? I think that's kind of where we might differ. Or what did you think the message?
Okay.
Well, let's say, what did you think the message?
I think they were trying to tell you there was a God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I think
but it's all the other activity around it which relates more to what's happening now.
Yeah.
Or can be happening now.
And I think that it's, I think I agree with you on that. And I think that it's not necessarily yes religion or even yes Christianity, because we saw the penitents, the ones who were whipping themselves. And there's no reason to believe that they were any closer to God than anybody else. And the people who were burning that woman who saw the devil, there's no reason to believe she was any closer or the people who were burning her were any closer to God.
Well, those people I just thought, In fact, I rooted for her.
I know.
The guys, they were just a bunch of losers that just got brainwashed too much into it.
And absolutely.
That's the downside, and you can see that happening now too.
Yeah.
People getting brainwashed in conspiracy theories.
Absolutely. And I think that the people who, and I said this before, the people who were closest to God, I mean, they never entered a church. They never really, it was that family, right? That three family, they were good people.
That's right.
Who, they gave the knight some strawberries. They traveled with him.
Yep.
They were just good people raising their child to be good.
Yep.
And they were the ones who were closest to God. So I would say that, I would say the message there was probably yes, God, no religion. Not necessarily no religion, but not necessarily positive about the idea of religion.
They could be deists.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Just we believe in a God.
But we don't believe in all the support around it.
Because I mean, I don't think anything around religion.
Voltaire was a deist.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
There you go.
Yeah. Because I mean, nothing at any point where they presented something religious was it presented in a positive way. Like the guy who went into the church, he's like, he sees the guy painting and he's just like painting death and painting devils. He's like, we don't have to make people happy. Doesn't matter what I paint. I just paint what, is going to have the most impact. And so, I mean, it was never a positive religion. So deist sounds about right. I think, Yep. And I mean, that's not a bad message. I think.
No, maybe not.
No.
Yeah, but,
I mean, you know
we
what?
fought every wars over religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big wars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else we need to say about that one?
I don't think so.
All right. Where are we going to vote on it? Boom for me.
Close.
Oh!
Yeah. The end. If I didn't have to watch the first 45 minutes, I would have really enjoyed it.
Okay.
If it was a 45-minute show, you had me.
You know,
and that saved it. And I did appreciate it when I had to think right at the beginning.
Yeah.
What am I going to say that I like about it? I was going to say it was black and white.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was still the positive. That was all the way through it. And and then the characters came together better at the end. So
yeah, and it goes back to the cinematography, right? That's the black and white thing. And I agree. I thought it was a really, like, the black and white was a good choice, and I thought it was a gorgeous movie. Absolutely.
Well, I like that part also when the help was standing beside the two people. And he was
He's feeding them lines and stuff. Call him a powder puff.
And I didn't pick up all these actions necessarily in my mind that were going on in the back. But once you mentioned it, that one, and you could see that there was other ones going on throughout the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like, and just, you know, and when we talk about cinematography, we talk about the shots, just that shot when the penitents come to town and the camera just kind of like pans along the crowd and they're all like like going to their knees as the camera comes. It's just a really cool shot. Yeah. And then you see the shot of their three faces. So you see the knight, the maid, and the squire, and they're just kind of like staring and obviously not believing in the same way everybody else is. Right. It just, I don't know. It's really effective filmmaking. I like when it tells a story with the camera as well. And this is
I heard a lot about him being a good way that way.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it's about drama. It's about the people, and he definitely does that.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It's my dad's first Ingmar Bergman, maybe his last, but I do enjoy some of his other movies. We may bring them up.
Yeah. I don't get to vote on this. By the way.
You almost did. Okay, this actually, I'll throw this in.
Wait a second. It's not going to correct me then.
Okay, well, I'm not correcting you. I'm not correcting you because you didn't get a vote. It's true. Yeah. But you almost did. I actually brought 2 Ingmar Bergman movies today.
Oh.
I plan to show you one or the other. The other one I brought was one about aging, and it's set in, well, modern for the time. It's set in the 50s, and it's about an older man and him sort of dealing with aging. And I think it's a really good movie as well, but this one is more iconic for Bergman, so I picked this one. Okay. But I was actually going to give you a choice between the two. And one of the reasons I decided not to, besides the fact that this is more iconic, is the fact that I have other movies that deal with aging that I actually enjoy more. So I thought, I don't want to, just because you're a little older doesn't mean I want to throw a bunch of movies about aging at you.
If you gave me the option, it's likely I would have taken the aging one.
I thought about that too.
Because I don't know how you would have sold the other one.
I would have sold it as a fantasy about death. A fantasy, I think I would have called it a historical fantasy that deals with death and religion.
Okay. That wouldn't have sold me.
Well, then I picked it. I'm glad I didn't give you a choice. All right, everybody.
Aging old people is okay. Death is not good. Religion, I don't care.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. All right. Well, there you go. Religion, yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. If there was another,
that's it for sure now.
The other movie was Wild Strawberries. If you would have, I had shown him that one. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite Bergman movie. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Good night.
Hi, friend. Say hi to Gizmo. How you doing?